welcome to The Juniors, a podcast full of controversial film opinions and behind-the-scenes tidbits of the Imagine Fantastic Film Festival, presented by the Junior Programmers. I'm your host, Seth Verhart, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Elina Meinerte.
and today we're just going to start off with a banger. We're going to talk about what we have seen in the past week. So, Elina, what have you seen?
What fun things I have seen in the past week. Well,
Yes.
for the first time in my life, I finally watched That Becomes Her. Have you seen that?
I have not.
You have not. It's great. It's directed by Robert Zemeckis. It's so fucking fun. I am really sad that I never actually got to this movie before, but it's amazing. It's Meryl Streep at her best. It's so funny. It's so campy. If you've seen it, you know the famous scene of Meryl Streep falling down the stairs. That has been following me in my mind for the past week since I have seen this movie. It's so good.
Hell yeah.
Anything fun you want to share?
Well, I watched a documentary called Dancing with the Birds,
Okay, here we go again.
which is about the captivating mating rituals these birds have.
Can I just immediately interrupt you and ask you why?
Because it's actually, surprisingly enough, one of the most heartwarming documentaries I've seen in my life.
Did you know it was gonna be heartwarming when you clicked on the movie that's about birds mating dances?
Well, to be fair, I didn't watch it on my own. Someone recommended it to me. Recommended we watch it together.
The cover of the movie on Letterboxd is a red bird with a flashing yellow eye.
Yes.
Which is the furthest thing from a heartwarming story that I can think of.
Well, to be fair, you don't have to judge a book by its cover.
I judge every book by its cover.
Okay, so basically what happens, I'm just going to mention one little thing, is that there is this one bird that doesn't do a dance, but he creates an entire burrow. It took this bird 7 years.
How long do birds live?
Well, this bird lives longer than 7 years, I guess.
Okay.
But he made a tower out of sticks 7 years long to attract a mate. That is something this bird does. And I thought that was adorable and really sweet because it was a very cute little guy.
Okay, in case our wonderful viewers were not aware, bird lifespans range from a few years to over a century. So in this specific bird, it could have either been its entire life,
Yes.
or maybe like
Like
a
a-
quarter, or maybe
yeah,
like
a tenth even.
a tenth of its life. So that's maybe impressive, maybe not.
7 years to build a tower out of really thin sticks to attract a mate, and then for him to just be rejected. That was the most painful thing to
And
me.
you say it's heartwarming.
But it's heartwarming because you see these birds are genuinely beautiful. Some of the most beautiful birds I've ever seen. If you haven't noticed, I like birds. So I watched that. Go watch it. It's only 51 minutes long and it's actually quite cute. Then I also watched Motel Destino.
I've seen that as well, but that was over a year ago.
Yeah, you watched it at Cannes 2020.
I watched it at Cannes 2024, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so it just came out in Dutch cinemas. It's the new movie by Karim Aynous, the guy that also did Invisible Life. And this movie was quite interesting. I think the color grading especially was really, really good. And I think the performances were really good. But I did have, there were so many possible options for the plot to go. And they just didn't take advantage of it. Also, the main villain of the movie,
Oh, yeah.
that's a beautiful looking man. I love him. He looks like well, the thing is, I made the same association you did from your Letterboxd review. When I was watching, it was like Brazilian Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Because holy hell, this man is a fucking one-to-one copy, but
Yeah.
just Brazilian. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Then again, he was ripped, so I had a fun time.
Nice. I gave this film a bit of a lower rating than you did, but that's, I think, normal for watching it within a film festival, because
Yeah.
when you watch like 4 or 5 things in a day and they all kind of blend together, and then you judge one film based on what you just watched before that. So I remember it being fine, nothing that I would recommend for people to go watch, but maybe if I watched it now, I would have a different experience.
Yeah, no, I think it's still worth a watch, especially if you like to me the film is more uh there's more vibes to it and more
Yeah.
actual like very interesting visuals than it is a really good story, which I
Yeah.
also mentioned in my letterbox review.
Yeah. No, visually, I also really
Yeah.
like the poster for it.
Yeah, the poster is really beautiful.
Yeah. I
Um,
judge a book by the cover in this poster.
yeah,
So-
but Dancing with the Birds is good. Okay.
Okay. I
Let
will...
me. It's better than this movie. I rated
Oh.
Dancing with the Birds. I think I rated it either a 4. Yeah, no, I rated it a 4.5, bro.
Oh, wow.
I actually really liked it. It was
Okay.
really sweet,
Okay.
and I was incredibly invested in the birds' lives.
You rated Dancing with the Birds higher than a certain movie that we're gonna...
Yeah, that
Talk
we're gonna
about
get
later.
into later. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay, so another thing that I watched after Motel Destino, I went to the Lab 111 double bill plus dinner screening of Alien, which also brings me right to like the main topic of the episode, which is space horror, alien horror, kind of a mixture between the two. And I am really excited to talk about this because I loved Alien 1.
And that was...
the first one.
Was it the first time you watched the first one or not?
No, that was the second time.
Okay.
No, it was the second time I watched the Alien 1. Then again, I watched it only when I think I was like 16 for the
Okay.
first time, and I'm now 22, so that is 6 years ago still.
Yeah. I
But-
have it logged 3 times, but I know that I've seen it more than 3 times.
Yeah, okay.
Because the first Alien, it's like, I don't know. If you have nothing to watch, you just put it on in the background, and then it's a great time. So,
Yeah. No, I think Alien is probably like just to give a little bit of a reference. I like it more than The Thing already.
okay, that's just throwing hands immediately.
I know,
Sure.
I know, but to me, Alien does everything what The Thing does, but better.
Explain.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of things about Alien that don't have to do with the main creature,
Yeah.
or
I feel like
like
it's
the.
a bit like you can compare Alien and The Thing in the fact that they're both alien horror movies, but they are not similar in much else other than the
Well-
fact that they are kind of made in a similar fashion because they are a few years apart.
No, the main reason why I think it's okay to compare the two is because they're both about a team that is trapped within a certain confined space,
Yeah.
and they're being hunted by a alien in both cases that is trying to kill them for no reason other than I am going to. And to me, Alien does a better job of making a more suspenseful situation than The Thing does.
Yeah.
And that's also mostly because I think I like the character writing in Alien way more than I
Okay.
did in The Thing, which made me also like just the overall story more, and I connected more with the characters and their struggles.
Okay. No, I do agree with you on these similarities, but I also think that the whole suspense part in both of the movies is different because suspense in The Thing is you together with the team until the last moment don't know who the thing is. Spoilers. There's gonna be spoilers for both of the films, or
Yeah.
all of the films we're gonna talk about. There's gonna be spoilers. Just heads up. But yeah, the thing is, you the thing about the thing is that you don't know until the very, and even at the end of the movie, you still don't know whether the main character is going to survive or not, because you don't know whether either of them are the thing or not. And then in the Alien, it's just, I say just very lightly, but it's just the survival of the team from this big monster. There's not really like that human aspect to it, where you are afraid with the characters because you don't know whether the horror is with your own people.
Well, I kind of disagree with that, mostly because of Ash, or the android within Alien,
Okay.
which was like, I don't think the xenomorph itself is really that scary, but the scene where Ash basically traps Ripley, and it just gave me such shivers, because Ash is basically like, it felt like he was going to do something to her, and it was genuinely terrifying to me, because
I mean, he did almost kill her. He
well,
was very
yes,
close to killing her.
very close to killing her. Luckily, the team was able to save her. But I think there's still like an element of it in Alien as there is in The Thing. And I think, again, I was more scared by Ash than I was scared by the characters in The Thing. And again, mostly because the characters in The Thing weren't incredibly built as characters. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I think in The Thing there's just more. There's more characters. There's
Yeah.
more exposition that has to be done than in Alien.
Yeah, no,
when
that's
it comes to like characters being written. But to me it's very difficult to compare them because I love both of these movies. I don't think I love one of them more than the other. To me, they're on a very similar level when it comes to alien horror and like the horror within and creature horror, like both on the technical aspect, on cinematographical and the writing, everything. I think they're both superb as sci-fi horror, especially for their time. In 79 for Alien and what 82 for The Thing.
Yeah, 82
I think
for The Thing.
it's hella impressive.
Yeah, no, it is probably. I think both Alien and The Thing are still incredible films. Definitely not ragging on The Thing, because The Thing is
Which
really
very
good.
much sounded like it.
So, yes, a little bit, but that's mostly. I think it's also because I have more of a connection that I have with Alien, because I've already seen it before than I had with The Thing. Because the first time I watched The Thing was actually with you.
Yeah.
This year.
Because I make all of my friends watch The Thing if they haven't seen it before. It's a rite of passage.
Yeah, no, as it should be. It should be. But talking about The Thing, I think one thing that The Thing does really well is the visual effects that are completely practical.
And it still holds up.
It still holds up. Holds up way better than Alien.
I think
by
the
way.
jump scare in the defibrillator machine gets somebody. I watched The Thing in the cinema like 3 or 4 times at least. I think there's always someone in the screening room who gets jump scared by the scene where the chest of one of the characters opens up.
Yep.
So
that was me. I was sitting next to you and I had a full-on
yep.
Actually quite funny that we can compare both of them with a chest buster scene.
Right.
That is actually a fun parallel.
Yeah.
Do you think John Carpenter might have taken inspiration from Alien for that? Because I didn't think about it until now, the moment you said it.
I mean, I think that scene is different enough in its essence.
Yes.
Because obviously Alien Chestburster is the birthing of Alien, and then we can... That whole thing comes with the whole mother aspect of Alien.
Yeah.
That movie has so many layers, it's insane.
Yes.
And in The Thing, it's... the kind of the opposite effect, because it's the chest opening up to consume the other character. to
Yes.
eat them, make them part of the thing. So maybe in the visual aspect it's similar, but in the essence of the scene it's completely opposite.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Although maybe visually they were inspired, somebody was inspired there. It is a scary fucking scene
Yeah,
in both of the
in both of the
movies.
movies. The only thing that I have to say in Alien that I thought was quite silly was when the mini xenomorph
Yeah.
is on the table and then skirts away in a
Yeah.
straight line.
There's also always someone giggling at that scene in
Yeah, no,
the
my friend
cinema.
was giggling at that. And I
How
was
dare
like,
they?
how dare you?
You know, also the scene where it's the scene where one of them goes into the tunnels, and then there's a xenomorph behind them. The one like the big suspense scene of the tracker following them, and then
Oh,
there's
yeah.
another dot that
Yeah,
appears.
that's Dallas.
Yes,
Yeah, Dallas.
and then there's a scene where the xenomorph's like, "Eh," and it opens its arms like that,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, that's a jump scare, but which is, you know, still hella impressive for 1979. But then
Yes.
for watching it now, it's like showing, like if someone has not seen the movie before and tell them, oh, it's the scariest thing ever. It's like showing someone The Exorcist and expecting them to be terrified, and it's a
Yeah.
kind of jump scare, which is, you know, not maybe not the scariest thing after things like The Conjuring exist.
Yeah.
But if you look at it in the time capsule of its own time, it's...
You know, the thing is, I think people would have genuinely jumped out of their seats, like, full-on terrified.
In 1979?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure they did, yeah.
But when I was watching it, because I'm so young, I'm way younger than this movie. I'm a good 23 years younger than this movie.
Okay.
So this movie's older than me.
A lot, yeah.
My God, I'm young,
Did you
bro.
just have a earth-shattering discovery?
Yeah, no, I thought I wasn't this young, but Jesus Christ. Or this
Or
movie's
maybe
just really
I
old.
would maybe say that
Yeah.
the movie is pretty
Yeah,
old.
the movie is almost 50 years old at this point. Give it another 4 years.
Oh, right, yeah, I can't do math.
Oh.
Yeah.
But basically, like, when I watched it now, I had a little giggle, but I was still scared because of the sound system. The sound system in the cinema was incredibly loud. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
just hate loud sounds.
Yeah.
I'm
But
just
wear little earplugs when you
Well-
go to the movies now.
well, I could, but then it would also take the adrenaline and fun away from it. Because even though it was definitely not the scariest visually, just in terms of loudness, it freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, but you know, had a little giggle but was still scared is a pretty good way to describe any horror movie that was made pre like
Yeah.
1990 at least.
Yeah, no, I
If
think
not
so
even,
too.
if not even before that or after.
Yeah. But I also watched, because it was a double bill dinner.
Double.
The Dog Dimmadome. Dog Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome.
Oh,
We
okay.
can talk about another genre film called Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, so I also watched Aliens. And Aliens, this was the first time I watched it. And I really liked it. I just think it kind of ruined the entire essence of the first film.
Wow.
And that's only because how the hell is Ripley killing aliens at such a speed when they just killed an entire team of Marines with special training that are supposed to be able to deal with aliens because they should have already done that, right? And I was just kind of sad because it was like at the beginning the xenomorph was such a deathly terrifying thing.
I mean, I think it's still deathly and terrifying in Aliens, but it's a sequel, so it has to be bigger. So it's more aliens and then more xenomorphs, and then there's also the queen there.
Yeah.
Then it's Ripley, who's a final girl, who you have to give a certain suspense of disbelief towards, because she, as a final girl, is an unstoppable archetype. Basically,
Yeah, it
because
is.
she is a a type of character that cannot be hurt deadly.
Yeah.
So I do understand what you mean with kind of it doesn't really make much sense, but then
It just kind of feels like they were just like, I think the film would have ended better if Ripley dies trying to save
oh,
Newt. Because to me, that was the whole setup for her character. That she saw herself in Newt. Newt was her, but she had the bad dream. She was the only one that survived. She has incredible mental issues and has absolutely survived terrifying things. But then she just beats the fucking Queen Mother with the robot thing that was her job, and that just kind of, it just felt like it suddenly became a Hollywood blockbuster that was really silly at the end.
I think that you can also just look at this from different perspectives because you see Ripley as a kind of another personification with Newt. Like they are kind of not the same person, but
Oh yeah,
they see each other in each other. But
yeah,
also again the alien and aliens and the whole theme and like the implicit meaning of the movies is the whole motherhood and the kind of the metaphor of a mother character.
yeah.
And in this movie, that's what Ripley is.
Well, yeah, no, and the thing is, I agree with that, but
Yeah.
I think
I
I
just don't think that it's necessary for her, for example, to die in the end in order to fulfill her, let's say, role in the film.
no, I'm not saying that it needs to happen.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked it myself more,
Yeah.
mostly due to the fact that a mother would do everything and anything to save her child,
Yeah.
but then she just beats the mother of all the aliens with a robot suit. And
Fuck yeah.
and the thing is, it was really cool, and it was really fun
I
to
don't
see
see a
happen.
problem here.
But the main issue with it is that I feel like I understand that her archetype is supposed to be unstoppable, but I think it would have made the movie, to me, a lot better if there would be a day where she has to sacrifice herself to save someone else. Because I also read the sequel, like the little line for the sequel, that
No, I
Newt
do.
immediately dies. So what was the fucking
Okay, we
point?
don't have to talk about the sequel when we talk about this because yes, Newt does die in Alien 3. But
Yeah.
then again, I also don't think that Alien 3 should have been a thing at all. So, I don't know. I don't think that I don't think that you should criticize this movie based on the fact that Alien 3 is not that great.
No, no, I'm not criticizing aliens necessarily. I'm just saying that it does take away the entire point of aliens. By
Which is what for you?
To me, the main point of aliens was indeed to show motherhood, and that mothers would do anything for their children. So that means that the queen would do anything for her children, and also Ripley would do anything
But
for her
then she
children.
does.
But
She
yes,
destroys the threat.
but yes, that is true.
Do you think she doesn't do enough?
No, I do think she does enough. I think the main issue is that it felt like it's Hollywood. Everything has to be fine at
Well,
the
it
end, and
is.
nothing. No, but and that and no, but I know it is, but it just pisses me off, and that's
Okay.
why I'm
Okay.
criticizing it,
Okay.
because it feels like Alien One was great, and I loved every single second of it. Aliens is also great, and I loved a lot about it. And I think especially the metaphor between her finding herself in Newt, but also wanting to be a mother to Newt because she can see herself in her. I think that was awesome, and it was a great addition. But the end just kind of made me not like it that much anymore. Still love it, still great movie, not saying it's not. It's just that I don't love it now. I think it's just a good movie.
Okay.
Like I think I would probably watch Alien on its own without having to watch Aliens after. Even though I still want to watch Aliens again because it was again a good film. But to make a really cool transition right now, there's there's Aliens, but there's also movies with aliens in them.
Wow.
And I think it would be good to talk about Signs, a movie that I fucking hate. I hate Signs so much. It sucks so bad.
Name a M. Night Shyamalan movie you like, quick. Thank you. Thank you. There we go.
To be fair,
do you need me to look up his movies so that you remember
no,
what he made?
I think Unbreakable is alright. And
I have not seen that.
And I think The Sixth Sense is pretty alright too.
I really liked Split for what it's worth, even though it is it does problematically depict
DID, dissociation disorder.
Yeah, so that whole aspect of it is extremely fucked up. But if
dissociative identity disorder. There
okay,
we go. There you go.
Thank you. No, but I think the movie is very well made and it's a very well executed thriller. I think that the sequel, which is Glass, sucks.
Yeah, Glass fucking sucks.
Horrible.
It's horrible.
I haven't seen Unbreakable, so I can't really speak for... Because it's also a sequel to Unbreakable, right? Glass combines them both.
Yeah, but Glass combines both Split and Unbreakable. But you also, in Split, at the end, you see Bruce Willis. So it already is supposed to be kind of a sequel in a way, but like a very indirect one.
Yeah, exactly. Like after credit or end of credit scene.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, which gave me nothing because I haven't seen the movie. But yeah, no. So like M. Night Shyamalan is famously, it's very. I mean, I wouldn't say shit, but it's very hit or miss with his movies.
Yeah, I think I've only liked 2 movies by him, and that's The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable.
Yeah.
I think Split is a well executed thriller. It's just I just can't get past the fact that it's an incredibly grossly mistreated subject that makes people scared of people with DID.
Yeah.
And that makes me, like, just from a moral standpoint, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But still, pretty alright movie.
Yeah, James McAvoy and Andrew Joy are phenomenal in it.
Yeah, they're really good.
James McAvoy is phenomenal, sorry.
Yeah, no, he is.
He's amazing in it.
But then again, he also made The Visit.
He did make The Visit, which I also have not seen, but
it's so bad.
I think I either watched like a prolonged review of it, because I have images in my head which are from this movie, but I know I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and then he also made the atrocity that is Signs.
Yeah.
Okay, like, to be fair, it's not the worst movie ever.
I remember
just dislike it a lot.
And I gave it 3 stars. I was very indifferent towards it.
Yeah, I
didn't really watch it with the purpose to sit down and like, oh, I'm gonna watch this great film. So I didn't have any expectations. For the first maybe half an hour, I thought it was about a gay couple. And then I realized that they are father and son. I was not really like... I probably should have paid more attention to it as I was watching it, but
oh my god,
it's an alright movie. I know that people, because it is, even though it is younger than both of us, I was still 1 year old when it came out. And I know that people who watched it when they were young, they were scared of the aliens sneaking around in the background and stuff like that, which I watched it, I think, last year or 2 years ago, so it wasn't really shocking or scary to me. But I can appreciate it for what it is, you know?
Yeah, I feel like even analog horror that's made today does it better, and it's a guy in his bedroom. Um,
What kind of
like
example do you have in your head?
the
Analog horror.
exam the example that I have in my head is it's not the
A
Afton
guy in the
files.
bedroom.
What?
A guy in his bedroom. What kind of analog horror are
Oh
you
no, sorry,
thinking?
it's made by a guy in his bedroom.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. What is it?
No, but I was talking about analog horror that's made by a guy in his bedroom for YouTube purposes.
Okay.
And I think even then, like the footage of like the alien sightings that are in Signs, that is like news footage or people filming with their phones, that stuff is made better by a guy in his bedroom today for YouTube.
I mean,
And
this
that
it's
just,
just 2002.
it's 2002, but it looked so ugly.
Okay. It's a
It
product of its time.
Well, yes, but there's Alien and Aliens is also a product of its time, and it still holds up visually.
We are also talking about M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get what you mean, yeah.
But basically, Signs is this. It's supposed to be a horror film, but it doesn't feel like one because M. Night Shyamalan has this quirk of putting incredibly bad jokes in his horror movies.
I thought you were gonna say to put an incredibly bad twist, which is also a thing.
Well, that's more a signature. This is a quirk, I feel like, right?
Okay.
So like there in The Visit, for example, there is this little kid that does
who
a lot
raps.
that raps.
I know this.
Yeah, you
and I
know.
haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, but it's I think it's in a bad way iconic.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's so unbearable that everyone knows, but no one knows why, even
Yeah.
though they have not seen the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I even in that movie there's so many bad raps. In Signs, for some reason, the the both of the kids make quippy comments um, about absolutely nothing, and it just pisses me the fuck off.
I feel like you're just a very easy person to piss off.
Well, the thing is, to be fair, I'm not easily pissed off. I'm easily pissed off at really bad American humor.
Yeah.
And I feel like Signs and most of M. Night Shyamalan's movies that are more on the drama than horror aspect, which is with Signs, right? Because it's more about this pastor, ex-pastor trying to find his faith again.
Yeah.
But it's told through aliens for some reason.
Why not?
No, it's fair. It's probably no. I'm criticizing it for nothing at this point.
No,
It's just
M.
I
Night
really
Shyamalan
don't.
does have his what? Power nap.
You need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair.
I have watched The Village somewhat recently, and I see that they gave it 4 stars.
Holy hell.
I think I was just in
You were in a
some kind of mood for it.
Yeah, you were in a silly goofy
I
mood
was
for real.
but I remember that it was actually quite decent. Like I didn't also again I knew that it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so I didn't go into it expecting it to be a masterpiece. Anyway.
But yeah, like what else did you think of Signs?
I don't know. I remember that it had some like interesting smart details in it, like the girl weaving water and like around the house. Like I think it has its like it's not a dumb movie, you know. It's not like it's just oh he made something stupid. I think it's a very serviceable like in a very good way. Like it's a decent thriller. It's just that it has its flaws as well, which is you know some people can look past. I looked past them. I watched it. I found it.
Yeah, like the
good.
thing is, the film is competent.
Yeah.
It's just that the dialogue writing is incredibly M. Night Shyamalan.
It didn't really like. It didn't stand out to me in this movie as much as it did. Like I watched Trap. You know, Trap fucking sucked. Like
Yeah, I didn't watch Trap.
Yeah,
but,
it was. I watched it in the cinema, and it was basically M. Night Shyamalan made a whole movie to trap its audience to watch his daughter's concert for however many hours the movie goes.
Wait, is that actually?
I mean, his daughter is in the movie. Salika, her stage name is also Salika, if I remember correctly. And it's the movie is basically about this guy who goes to a concert with his daughter, and it's a concert of this, like, it's basically like Taylor Swift of the real world, but in the movie universe. And it's a huge arena, and there's a lot of people, and they go to this concert, and then very shortly you find out that this guy is a serial killer who has a person trapped in his like a second house or like a basement or something. I'm not sure. And this concert is actually a setup to find this guy. Like there's FBI and there's like investigators there, and they know that the perpetrator has a tattoo, I think, on his wrist, and he's a man in like mid-50s or something, and that's how they're trying to catch the serial killer.
But how would they know that he would be there?
It gets uncovered that they found like a receipt that he purchased the tickets to this concert to go with his daughter. And then I'm not gonna spoil
because
then it has a Shyamalan twist. So
Shyamalan
twist. So it goes further than that. But yeah, basically like they know that this guy is gonna be there, so they're looking for this guy. And then we see basically like a whole 3-minute performance of a song by a character called Lady Raven, who is played by Shyamalan's daughter. And there's multiple like full songs in. I mean, it's pop music. It's fine pop music, but it's pop music performed by his daughter, which we don't really have to see in the movie. You know, that's not why I was there.
Yeah, the main thing that I think M. Night does, I love how this actually became an M. Night Shyamalan episode. In a way.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even mean to do this.
Yeah.
But he is just a character. He is just such a guy.
He's also a character in almost every film of his.
Yes, he is.
I love this.
In Signs, he is also a character that felt so shoehorned in.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wanted to die.
It's, like Stephen King being in Stephen King adaptations and being horrible.
Yeah, no, man, it is so dumb.
Yeah,
it's so dumb. Wasn't he also in Children of the Corn?
M. Night.
No, not M. Night. I mean,
like, what are you on about?
No.
I haven't seen Children of the Corn, so I can't say.
Oh, okay. No, I was talking.
I'm
sorry. I was talking about Stephen King.
I didn't think M. Night was in Children of the Corn. I noticed Stephen King was in. Called Creepshow. I watched
Creepshow. Okay.
Have you seen Creepshow?
I've not seen Creepshow. Okay,
I watched it when we had a George Romero marathon for Halloween a couple of years ago at the cinema here in Amsterdam, and Creepshow was one of the movies. I think I was asleep for like 2 segments because it was a midnight marathon, so that was maybe like 4 a.m. But it started at midnight and then it went until like 6 or 7 a.m.
Was this at Criterion?
No, it was at I.
It was at I.
It was in I1. It was amazing. How did we get here?
We were
Stephen King. M.
Night
Shyamalan was in Children of the Corn. Right.
No, he was not.
Yeah, he was.
No, okay. Actually, he is in another movie about corn called Signs.
Oh, right. Good.
So that's the connection we made.
Right.
And another movie that is with M. Night Shyamalan is Event Horizon, apparently.
Oh, right.
Yeah. This is totally not a really botched segue that I was trying.
Why is it with M. Night Shyamalan? Because this is a very bad twist and he's actually not in it?
No, I'm just trying to get to another movie.
No, because it's a Shyamalan twist. He's actually not in the movie.
Oh, yes. That is the twist, indeed. I was making the Shyamalan twist within a podcast while I'm not Shyamalan.
Yeah, it's you live and you learn. No, I think that Event Horizon is just it's insane. I don't even know how to start this discussion. I watched it in the cinema, which I recommend everybody if you haven't seen it for the first time, if you have an opportunity to watch it in the cinema, because it's gonna blow your mind. It's so good. I seen like a bunch of controversial opinions about it. That it's like either people love it or they watched it back when it came out in the 90s, and then they are not a fan. It's a movie about this crew on a spaceship, which I think is like a cargo ship. No, actually, I'm not sure. Scratch that. Shut up. It's about a crew on a spaceship who receive a mission to rescue the ship called Event Horizon, which has been lost for many years, and now it's been discovered, and now they
Okay.
have to go there to bring the ship back because it's a ship that was created with the purpose of like super fast space travel.
Okay.
And,
Hyperspeed.
Exactly. Thank you. And this crew is like they're very unsure whether they should actually do it because it's super fucking dangerous. And then because it's an order, they go to the ship for the mission. And long story short, spoilers, the ship has been to hell. While discovering hyperspeed, the ship has gone to hell. Let that sink in. I'm not gonna say much more. I'm not sure if I even supposed to say this because I was shocked when I watched it, but I think this should sell the movie well enough. It's with Sam Neill in one of the main roles, and he is, like for him in movies, for me, he's also very hit or miss because he always has that little smirk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I
Yes,
think
he does.
he's great for Jurassic Park to be that like kind of like a smug character because he's like this super smart archaeologist. I think the opposite for me is when he was in the Mouth of Madness, and there he's supposed to be kind of this serious, more like investigator character, and he still has that smirk all the time, and I'm like, I'm not sure I like this guy. In Event Horizon, it works.
All right. That's good to hear. Yeah, to be fair, I have not seen this movie.
I think you really should.
I really want to watch it, especially after you've told me that they go to hell.
They do go to hell, and the things happen, and it's. I knew that it was a. The only thing I knew going in is that it's a space horror. Like that's the only thing I looked up beforehand,
Okay.
and I was like, oh, how have I never watched it and never heard of it before when I watched so much horror movies? And I didn't think it was going to be that scary, but it leans very heavily into the horror part of space
Actually?
horror. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
There's
From like
also-
every promotional material that I've seen.
But that's also why I've
It's-
never watched it before because I was like, oh, it's just sci-fi. It's like Stargate or something. But it's actually I didn't like Stargate. But it's actually a proper horror. And you know what? There's a fun little info dump about this movie is that it used to be longer, and there's I don't remember. I think it's maybe like 10 minutes. I'm not sure how much of the movie has been cut out because it was way too gruesome,
Oh.
and they wanted to release it under a softer rating. So a bunch of like the very gruesome scenes of like physical torture and stuff was cut out of the movie, and the original was lost.
It was
so
actually fully
It
lost.
doesn't exist anymore. It was sent to like a salt mine in Eastern Europe for preservation,
Okay.
but then it didn't.
Preserve it, well.
Yeah, it
okay.
basically ruined the film.
No.
So the original movie doesn't exist. However, when I just watched this movie and I was like, oh my god, I want to know everything about it, I did try to look up what the scenes were that were lost from like the memories of people who worked on it and stuff like that. And there's like Google Docs online of people basically writing out the details of what was cut out. And it's I wish there was a way to see this original version, but I find it so fascinating that it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the fucking director must be bummed the hell out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Talking about the director.
What else has this genius of space horror
Paul
created.
W.S. Anderson, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the other Paul
Anderson.
Anderson, which is
No.
making apparently a new movie.
With Leo in it.
Insane.
It's insane. But Paul W.S. Anderson, he also did Alien versus Predator. Wow.
Yeah, do you have anything to say about that?
I have something to say about it. I watched it when I was, I think, like 11. And this is probably one of the only horror films that my parents would let me watch at
Which
that
is-
age,
What?
which is insane to me when I think about it now.
Yeah. Did your parents know what it was about?
No, they just thought, oh look, Alien and Predator. That looks like funny. That looks like two aliens battling one another, and that's all.
Right.
So I watched it, and I was incredibly terrified of Predator, not of the Xenomorph. The Xenomorph was actually not that scary to me, but just when you see the it's not infrared. What's the word called for the way that he sees stuff? Like you see,
Isn't it infrared?
is it infrared?
Right? Like he sees the temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah. No. Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Look it up later, and if we're wrong, we're gonna cut this out.
Yes. But basically, the way that his vision works, for some reason, scared me.
Yeah.
Because I would see these really like big human-looking blobs, but they were like utterly red.
Yeah.
So the first thing I was thinking, they are on fire.
You said you were 11 when you watched it?
Yes.
Are you sure you were 11, not 4?
Bro, why do you gotta hate on me like that, bro? Just for context, I didn't know that this existed. I didn't know what this type of thing was called. I didn't watch any horror movies before, so I thought there's already people being killed and really bloody, and these people are on fire. Eventually, I understood that they were
really
not.
Scary.
Eventually understand that they were not, because they were still alive after they were seen by the Predator, right? I got that part. However,
Actually,
they were actually on fire. No, but yeah, I think that was probably, it's one of the only like really vivid memories I have of this movie.
yeah.
And it's like just this being scared that they were on fire, and then immediately realizing after, oh, that's just the way he sees
But
stuff.
you haven't seen any of the other Predator movies?
No, I've seen
Since then.
Predator 1.
Okay.
I've seen Predator 1, like the first one. I think
It's
I
good.
watched
The
it when I
first
was
one
18.
is good.
Yeah, it's way better than whatever the fuck this was.
No, there's like I watched it relatively recently, but I wasn't like paying a lot of attention to it. It was more like put on in the background, but it's set in a pyramid. Do you remember that part? Do you remember that fun little tidbit that it's set in a pyramid in the Arctic? But because there's a crew of people who go.
Isn't that the second one?
Isn't
The first?
No, the second one is in the city.
Oh, then I think I watched that one, and not the first one.
Yeah, the horrifying Predalien crash lands near a small Colorado town. That's the second one.
Oh, I watched that one, not the first one then.
The second one sucks ass. The second one is really bad. Like the first one has some redeeming qualities, I think, because like it's at least like fun to watch. The second one, I think I turned off. I didn't finish it because it was really fucking boring. And it's also not Paul W.S. Anderson that made the second one. He only made the first one. Second one is actually made by Colin and Greg Strause. Yeah, the fact that you watched the second one is even sadder.
Yeah, because I apparently I didn't watch the first Alien.
Yeah,
I watched the second one.
I mean, I don't think I don't even remember if they're like connected that much. But yeah, the first one is set in an Arctic pyramid.
I did not know that.
So
I
there we go.
only watched the one with the fucking people in the town, and they were, and for some reason, Predator kills kills a xenomorph, but then decides to not kill the humans or something.
Yeah.
Like he turns into like a pacifist because they're not attacking him. And I was,
that's so cute.
and I was like, isn't it the entire point of this guy to kill fuckers?
Oh, I like those
Huh.
like tweets about how like imagine if on the predator planet like there's actually like normal predators and they have like jobs and stuff, and then there's like those freaks who just go to other planets to kill people.
That does sound really stupid. Just imagine one of them motherfuckers just going into work, being on his computer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And then there's like those stupid fucking pricks. That's not how you say that word. There's those stupid fucking pricks who go to other planets and just they
Yeah.
get bad rep because they
yeah.
like there's like a few of them who just go and kill people.
Yeah, but
What the fuck is wrong with them?
but what and then the other ones is just doing groceries.
Yeah, and they're like IT guys
Yeah, little IT guys.
on their little predator computers. Yeah, predator computer sounds wrong. Anyways.
Oh yeah, no, actually, nah, fair.
Anyways.
Yeah. I think that's enough content for one episode, baby.
Okay.
So, that was our little talk about space horror. Apparently,
It sounds like you say space horror.
apparently, apparently there's this cool function on Spotify where you can leave comments. Apparently that exists. So let us know your favorite space horror in the comments.
Hell yeah, maybe we're gonna,
Not
if we
your
haven't seen it, we're gonna watch it and we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we might. And also, I did not mention your favorite space horror, but your favorite space horror.
Although, if you do have a favorite space horror, please share with us. We would also love to know.
Yeah, no, actually, if it isn't a genre film, there's a space horror. Let us know what space horror. That sounds so horrible when a man says it. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna cut that out for real, for real. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this semi-monthly podcast that we're doing called The Juniors. You're currently probably listening on one of the podcast platforms, but also go check out our social media and be ready for the next episode in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Tune in.
Tune in.
Tune out. We're gonna tune out, actually.
We have to tune out.
Yeah, okay. Goodbye, nerdies.
No.
Yeah.